Hi, welcome to another day of pie baking, and today we are going to make lemon custard pie, and this is one of my favorite pies because it is so light and it's very fruity, obviously, because it's lemon, and it's perfect on a hot summer day or after cooking all day in room 113 at West with no air conditioning. So no, that is why we look like this today, because we are dying. Well, anyway, we are going to get started with the lemon custard pie. And this pie has a meringue topping. It's a one crust pie, so it has a bottom crust only. And then we're going to make a meringue topping for the top, which is really fun. So I'll show you that on a different day. So anyway, we are going to mix the butter and sugar. So as you see, this is a cup of sugar and 1 tablespoon of butter. So we're going to just smash this in. And make sure we smash that butter as small as we can, because that's a small amount of butter for this much sugar. So we're just going to keep working. Now we're doing this in a very large bowl, as you see, because it would be a mess if it was in a smaller bowl. So this allows these ingredients to kind of fly all over the place and still stay in the bowl. And again, a fork is your best tool for this, I think, because the butter goes right through it, and since it's coated with sugar, it falls right off. And I'm just spinning the bowl with my other hand, and you can see how nice and mixed that is, right? All right. So the next thing we need to do is add the egg yolks one at a time. And we need 2 egg yolks. So here's our egg separator. And this bowl is going to become my garbage bowl because I need the yolks, not the whites. Actually, I'm going to do that in this bowl since that'll balance up there a little better. Okay. And we're supposed to mix in the egg yolks one at a time. Okay? And I'm using the same method of pressing it through the fork and spinning the bowl with the other hand. Okay. And our second egg yolk. Okay. Okay, so we're going to get this mixed in very well before we add the next ingredients. Okay. So, when we look at our recipe, the recipe says now we're supposed to add the milk, the flour, and the salt. Now, if we added flour and salt to this, it would be very hard to get it mixed in because this has gotten kind of thick. So what I strongly suggest students to do is to mix this right into your milk, because it'll dissolve and then it'll evenly mix into your other mixture. It's all about getting things evenly mixed. You can use the same fork, that will not matter. So I'm just going to lightly stir this. There we go. And I'm going to now pick it up, get that last bit of flour to go down. And now we don't care if it sloshes because we're over our bowl. There we go. And we're getting a nice smooth mixture now. And you know that your flour and your sugar are evenly incorporated because we dissolved it before we added it to the mixture. Okay, the next step is to get some lemon flavor in there. So I'm kind of a lemon juice snob in that if you're going to add lemon juice, add the real stuff. This lemon was probably 50 cents, and adding real lemon juice will taste so much better than lemon from a bottle. So the first thing we're going to do is we need some lemon peel, and we need about 2 teaspoons. Okay, so I'm going to grate this over a bowl to catch all my lemon zest. The zest is the yellow portion. You don't want to keep zesting where it's white. So if you just see a few more spots here, you can get a little bit more zest. Okay, and we're going to add that to our filling here. Lemon zest adds a very rich flavor, and with a little bit, it breaks the sweetness, makes it very citrusy, a rich citrus, not a rich like chocolate. Okay? And that sugar has not all dissolved yet, but that's okay because it will by the time we're done. So the next thing we need is some lemon juice. So I'm going to take my lemon, I'm going to cut it in half. Now, people have different ways of juicing lemon. Some have the fancy little, it's that yellow thing that's 2 pieces, you put the lemon in it, you smash it, the juice comes out. That's great if you have one of those. If you don't, okay, you can, I'm going to just get out some of the seeds here. We might not get them all out, but it'll save a little trouble later. Okay, I'm going to take a fork, and I'm going to break these membranes, and here comes some more seeds, and I'm going to juice the lemon. Now I'm putting it right in the bowl with the zest. That was no big deal. Now lemons is something we usually always have on hand here in our catering room. And we need a 1/4 cup of lemon juice. So there's one down, and I'm going to go ahead and grab that seed. Now all of this pulp will just add to the rich citrus flavor of the pie. Okay, so I'm taking the other half, and I'm going to break all the membranes with the fork. If you see any seeds, go ahead and pull them out and squeeze. Okay, and we have some seeds in here that I'm going to pull out. Okay, so I'm going to see if I got a 1/4 cup, and it looks like I might be a smidge shy, just a little bit. So I am going to add just a little bit of bottled lemon juice to finish it. Okay, just a little bit more. All right. There we go. So there's our 1/4 cup of lemon juice, and we're going to add this in here. And I'm going to stir some more to try to keep encouraging that sugar to dissolve. Okay. That's just a piece of flour. Okay. And we will be right back to set up our next step. If you recall, we have all of our lemon mixture in here except for the egg white, so we're going to do that right now. So students, we need to make a meringue here, or an egg white foam. And students often are a little lazy with this process, and then when their egg white foam doesn't work, they're all upset. Okay? So we need perfect egg whites. It cannot have one speck of egg yolk in it. And students will come to me and they'll say it's not working, and I'll say you got egg yolk in it, and they'll say no, I didn't, but yes, you did. The way you know that you got no egg yolk is it isn't bleeding out anywhere. It's still a perfect egg yolk. Okay, so we know that that is a perfect egg white. Okay, so I'm going to put this in here, and now we need another one. All right, so each time you do it, you pour the good one into the bowl so that you do not ruin it in case one breaks. So if this one broke and we still had the other egg white in here, we'd be losing 2 instead of 1. Okay. So we're going to get the rest of that egg white off, and now we're going to check our yolk. And our yolk is perfect, so we know our white is perfect. Okay, we need to beat this until stiff foam. So I'm going to raise my bowl up. We're going to beat this on high. At first it's going to look like bubble bath, and then it's going to turn white, as white as a piece of paper. So we'll be right back. Okay, now we've kept this mixing and it's stiff peaks. It's just standing up. It's not falling over. It's very stiff. So that is what we want it to look like. Okay. So that is raw egg whites and we've added air, and the air is what turned it white. You need to be very gentle with this mixture because you'll break all those air bubbles. Okay, so we're going to put it into our lemon mix. And this is going to give some volume to our pie. I'm going to gently fold this in. Okay. This will also help it thicken up when it cooks because those egg whites will cook and they will make it thick. So I'm very gently putting this in. You do not want to break all those egg whites, all those bubbles. Okay, but you want this nice and mixed. Okay, almost, you're going to see bits of the foam. All right, it's not going to be thoroughly mixed and creamy. You're going to see the egg whites in there. Okay. All right, so you're going to pour this into your pie shell. Now remember, you guys are making a full pie and I am making a partial pie, so I will have leftover filling. Okay. So now what you will do is you will bake this at 325 degrees for 1 hour, and then you may top it with some whipped cream and maybe a little bit of lemon zest for decoration. Okay. This is our pie crust that came out of the oven, and this is for our chocolate cream pie. So you can put the rice back in a bowl or in the bag that it came from. Okay. And I will be right back. Our lemon custard pie has come out of the oven. It's all done. And again, you would serve this cold, so you would, you could refrigerate it, and then you could garnish it with some whipped cream and some lemon zest. Enjoy.